No, back up. All right. Oh no, no. There's no way, bruh. I can't take no more. I'm done right there. That's where we draw the line at. All right, so I'm a dad. Now we gotta watch the dad jokes, and we gonna do shorts.
I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised.
Yeah.
Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go into the bathroom? I don't know. Because the pee is silent.
Hey Eli, why can't you hear a pterodactyl go into the bathroom? Because the P is silent. You spelled pterodactyl with a P. That one wasn't good because you didn't know how to spell pterodactyl. I'm gonna try him out though.
Why did they cut off the
As I
Wi-Fi
hear.
at the farm?
Why?
Because the cows kept downloading music.
Hey Eli, why did they cut off the Wi-Fi at the farm? Okay, you heard it. I gotta make sure you don't hear it neither. All right, I'm gonna try again. I mean, you gotta make sure you can't see it neither. So I gotta try again. I'm gonna try again. All right, here we go.
What's the difference between three cocks and a joke?
Oh, come on, that ain't a good
I
one.
wanted to start a new diet. I just feel like I have way too much.
What's the
Oh,
difference between
I wanted to start a new diet. I just feel like I have way too much on my plate right now.
Okay, Eli. I wanted to start a new diet. I just feel like I got way too much on my plate right now. Nah, that wasn't as good.
A sweater I purchased was picking
Okay.
up static electricity, so I decided to return it. He gave me another one free of charge.
Eli. A sweater I bought from the store kept picking up static electricity, you know, when you rub it on. I decided to return it. He gave me another one free of charge. That one is good. Once it sink in, you want me to tell it again? Did you get it? Ah, right. He gave me another one free of charge. All right. This is the last one. I can't get Eli. I gotta do these offline. I gotta study him offline. You know what I'm saying? And drop him when he least expects it. Let me see if y'all can see behind me real quick. All right, here you go. All right, so we're gonna try another one. I'm gonna go back.
Ranking funniest dad jokes.
Why don't fish play basketball?
Why?
Because they're scarier than that.
Why don't fish? Eli, hold on. Eli. Why don't fish play basketball? Cause they scared of the net. Ah, that one ain't good. Okay, come on.
What does the baby say when he's ready to leave?
what?
Let's go. Why did the man fall into the well?
Why?
Because he couldn't see that well.
Eli. All right, you ready? I'm gonna try this one again. The PlayStation controller. All right, here we go, E. All right, here we go. Yeah, the PlayStation. Use the PlayStation. Turn the Xbox off. All right, Eli.
Why can't I use my
Eli. Why did the man fall into the well? because he couldn't see that well. Turn on the PlayStation. Well, all right. I'm off to dad jokes. Y'all want to see an ungrateful child? Did you just throw my controller? Where is it at then? What did you throw? You want to not play no game at all? If you don't already have children, don't have any. This has been a message brought to you by Expansion Pack. All right, so relaxation. In order for you to relax, you gotta be comfortable. Gotta be at ease. You gotta know how to take a second to relieve yourself through laughter. That's what the funny videos was about. That's what the jokes was about. All right, so let's see some touching moments. Touching animal moments. That sound funny.
How families can eat whatever they want.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. You said, what's the show title? Where the remote at? Somebody got the TV remote? Yeah, get it on there up there for everybody over here. Yeah, welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. It's good to be in here. Let me see it then. For another Tech Tuesdays. The topic for today is, what did I say, the past? The past. We looking at the past. Specifically, technology-wise. I did not catch that, if anybody was wondering. So, I think we've done a couple of these episodes already, but I think they was future-based. That's why I picked this actual, this specifically for Tech Tuesdays today. I think they were more future-based than they were focused on the past. Now, we kind of touched on it before, saying, like, where were we from? Where did we get to? How did da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But we didn't really dig into it from the past perspective. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get our motivation started, and then we're going to get to it. This is going to be pretty fun, if you ask me. So, without delay and without further ado, let's get y'all motivated for the day. Motivation for the rest of the day. Hey, Dan, hop up and open the blinds too.
Yes. 40,000 euros.
Hey, open the blinds for me, please.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track.
That's what's up. Hey, what's good, Jay? Or should I say G? JG Wentworth. All right. Now, you ain't going to be able to hear the motivation unless if you out there on TikTok right now, you're not going to be able to hear the motivation. But you can jump over to Twitch, DGTA _TV, _TV, or DanFman007, and you can listen to the motivation there. For right now, we're going to for TikTok, we're going to have a moment of silence for y'all. All right? Let yourself get motivated. And I'll figure out how to get y'all some motivation too, but still. Let's go.
And rushing right into the stress of what you need to do. Breathe.
Scenario.
Take a moment to eliminate the stress and realign your mind, body, and brain with the joy that does live inside you. You get to choose if your day is going to be like every other day or if it's going to be a great day. And you decide first thing in the morning by giving yourself that time to realign your brain to positivity, to redirect your mind to what is good in your life.
Sure.
What is good in your life right now? Take a moment to think about it.
What's up, nephews?
Start your day with intention. Today, I will be present. Today, I will be kind.
Yes, sir.
Today, I
Yes,
will
ma'am.
be the example I expect of others. Today, I will give my all in every moment.
It's all about intention. When you direct your focus to the good, you will see more good. If your focus is directed to the stress and struggle, you will see more stress and struggle.
If you want to be really happy, give thanks. That's the secret. Happy people are grateful people. So spend time in gratitude. Spend time in intention and expectation for what a great day today is going to be. Feed your mind with something positive. Read or listen to something uplifting. Something that will grow your mind or spirit.
You attract your intentions. You attract your beliefs. You attract what you feel. So get up and feel good. When you direct your focus to the good, you will see more good. If your focus is directed to the stress and struggle, you will see more stress and struggle. That is your only job. Get up and get yourself feeling amazing.
Yes.
Ask yourself, how can I feel great today? How can I grow today?
Yes.
How can I make others feel great today? Open your eyes to the magic around you. I guarantee you, you have been missing out on miracles because you have been lost in the stress and noise inside your head.
Grab the microphone.
Get out of your head and get into the magic of life.
Today is a new day, a fresh, clean canvas. You can paint whatever you want on that canvas, no matter what happens. You are the artist. Add some color, some joy, some life to your canvas. Leave nothing off that canvas.
As soon as you get up in the morning, ask yourself, what's really important today? Is it important that I rush around stressed at everything I have to get done? Or can I just enjoy this moment? Can I set the tone for the rest of my day? You decide what kind of day you will have. Not what happens, but how you will respond to everything that happens. You can respond positively to any situation. Will you respond with presence? Will you see the good? Will you find a way around the obstacles? Will you write your own story, or will life write it for you?
My people right there, y'all should feel good right now. Let's go. So let's get out here and make our day happen for ourselves. So now this is going to be pretty fun. I know y'all should be nice and motivated right now. It's going to be pretty fun, like I said. The first thing that I'm going to do, all right, now pay attention, you young men back there. All right, Dan, did you grab the microphone that's over there? Eli, where the wireless microphone that was over there? All right, now pay attention, everybody. We talking Tech Tuesdays today, all right? So the first thing we talking about on Tech Tuesdays is payphones. Payphones. And all of the sort, okay? Let's type in the last. Y'all take it. Payphone. And I'm gonna tell you when to turn it on. Hey. Here we go. Let's go. I think I can watch this. Well, no, maybe I can't watch the news clip. All right, let's see this one.
Automakers value your safety. When they find a safety defect, they issue a safety recall and cover the repair costs.
When last
no
time
matter
y'all
the age
used
of your
a
vehicle. Do your part by checking
They
for
ain't playing
safety
nothing.
recalls at
You
checktoprotect.org.
just joined the Twitch stream. Appreciate that, bro. They ain't playing nothing right now. They are helping me co-host / produce the show right now, and I'm teaching them things about production. All right, let's go.
Times have changed, but one Andover resident wanted to keep a relic from the past in his own yard. When you drive by Brian Davis's house, you'll probably do a double take.
There's a lot of things you can put in your yard. I went with a payphone.
Yeah, you know it.
This fully functional payphone has brought back memories and smiling faces to whoever stops by and tries it out.
I mean, I've had so many people ask me, why did you do this? And just a lot of little reasons. I mean, again, a reminder to show people that, you know, this is what we did to get through life. And the other thing I thought that would have been really fun is we still prank people, family and friends. We'll call them up 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, you know, when you're not expecting a call, and we'll prank them with this little Stevie Wonder clip. I just called to say I love you.
Right.
And then you just quick hang up. And it's fun because, you know, if you're getting a call at 9:30, you're like, geez, why is Brian calling me? And then so you answer, you do that little prank, and then you just hang up. So I was kind of thinking, geez, that would be super fun if, as people were walking by or trying to check out the phone, to call the phone and do that same prank.
Do that same.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's been really, really, really fun. There's been visitors, and it's typically parents or grandparents bringing their grandchildren and children, and typically they're just taking pictures on the booth or by the, you know, pretend like they're using the telephone, that kind of thing. So I think it's done exactly what I thought it would do, not on this level, but you know, just a smile and make sure.
What y'all know about a payphone? What y'all know about a payphone? All right. The old Nokia phone. Hey, Motion Man J83, appreciate you for the follow, bruh. That's right. Hey, look. I'm gonna show y'all something. Look at this. Y'all say it was indestructible. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these phones, y'all. Hold up.
Hey, man.
Look at these phones. I'm gonna show y'all these old phones. So let me talk to y'all for a quick second. So back in the day, you see how you could pick up your phone? You see, hold on, I already clicked it. You see how you could pick up your phone now and you could just text anybody you want, talk when you want, get on the internet when you want? Well, it wasn't like that. You had to pay to get on the internet, first of all.
For the follow, Motion Man J83.
If you ran out of ran over your text message limit, you get 500 text messages for a month. Could you work with 500 text messages for a month, Dan? Let's say you can only send 500 chat messages. 500 chat messages in a month. On Fortnite. You could only get on Fortnite and say 500 words in a month. What you gonna do? What you gonna talk about? You gonna get on there and be like, hey, join up. That's 3 words right there. So yeah, look, check this out.
It is. You remember them for the phone no one could break, or for the phone that had all the features before having all the features was a thing. But you might not remember that for a few years there, while the killers were killing the billboards, Google was first going public, and so was Janet Jackson, Finnish phone maker Nokia was going a little bit crazy.
You already say indestructible.
Like, I mean, what?
Look at that.
You can't use this as a phone.
Oh man, all right, let's do this. I'm Mr. Mobile, and this is when phones were fun.
Hey, and my man's right there. Hey.
Hey folks, I hope you don't mind me dressing down a little for this one, but this is the only shirt I could find from the mid-aughts that I still owned and that I still fit into. True fact, this pocket right here is where I used to store my Discman. So it's big enough for even the largest of these weirdos.
Yeah,
My
look at that.
European friends are always
Look
surprised to
at
hear
that.
this, but between 2002 to 2006 or so, when Nokia was just pouring itself
Is that Tony Stark? No.
whatever was in
That's
the party
funny, though.
punch bowl,
He
here in
do
the
look
USA,
like him.
phones were a lot more conventional. Smartphones existed, but they were mostly Blackberries or Sidekicks, and they were a tiny sliver of the market. The most common phones you'd usually see on the streets were small silver clamshells. As a result, I didn't own one of these bizarrotrons, so please join me in thanking friend of the channel Martin for this whole box of beautifully preserved specimens for your viewing pleasure. Most of them are European models with branding and user manuals in various languages I can't read, but even the box art speaks to the totally different era these products came from. Before I even opened these, I knew I was going to have a good time. Now, before I get to the true weirdos, here's a phone I'm going to skip for today.
Boom. Look at that right there. Does this phone look old or new to you guys? Now, I'm going to wait till y'all get to it so y'all can see it. And I want y'all to type in the chat and tell me if that phone look old or new to y'all. Old or new for you.
Not because I don't want to cover the Nokia 6820, but because I'm planning another episode of this series for devices like it that would become popular.
Does this phone look old or new? What I mean is, does it look like it's from, it look old? Okay, old. Hey, Jay Moore, Genario say, your Uncle G say, he do look like Tony Stark. He had laughed at that. But yeah, he say that it look old. So this right here, what I'm asking is, does it look like it's from the past or does it look like it's from the future? I'm going to get one more in there. Does this look like it's from the past or does it look like it's from the future? Let's see. One more.
Sitting there and attracting ogles from passersby, which is why Nokia marketed it to the fashion segment, exclusively overseas. Even then, though, to read the user reviews at s21.com, well, it ranges from embarrassing to celebrity-worthy to just a total piece of junk.
Hey, appreciate
My favorite
you.
is this user in 2008 who boasted, "I go for style uniqueness.
Askew, appreciate
That's
you,
why
Askew.
I do."
Where I came from, nobody has his phone except me. I go for style uniqueness. That's why I dominate conversations and gossips. Yes, sir. That's my guy.
Dominate conversations and gossips.
That little
The 76
phone, that little phone right there, I like it. I don't know. I think it's probably more so geared for like usage. You see what I'm saying? Our phones right now, we hold them, we can flip them and do that. But this one is like boop, 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 boop. Like right there. Wait, well, seeing how technology is now and nowadays, it could be new and old. Yeah, and you know what? I like the fact that y'all are a little bit younger around me right now, because if you ask me, this right here to me looks old. Only because I know the time that it come from. So look, let's get some more. Now we on the phone right now, so let's bring it home. Let's see. Landlines. Let me go back again. Hold on, let me type it in. What is a landline? Y'all know what a landline is? Type in the chat. You know what a landline is right now. If you know what a landline is, type in the chat. Yeah. What is the voltage of a landline phone? Do you still? There it is. Boom.
I'm going to show you a way.
Hey, hopefully, they gonna tax me a little bit on this video right here, but it's okay. It's okay. We just gonna get a little taste of it. We ain't gonna do the whole thing. Check it out.
And his family have some personal news to share today.
Very big
This is now day 3 of this personal news.
Yeah.
We've been sitting on it.
Twitter was very excited about this.
Oh, yeah.
We no longer have a landline.
And when you did you have one of those?
We did not have a rotary phone.
A rotary phone.
Well, my mom did and her. Yeah. Oh, I love this. Don't you miss? Don't you remember the days of being like a teenager? We had a phone in the basement, like in the laundry room, the unfinished basement, with a cord on it that was probably, I don't know, 6 feet, 10 feet long, and you'd take the phone and like run it all the way into your bedroom. So
Right, so you could talk on it. All right, so hold on. Let me see if they show any more of it. That's just the conversation about it. So a landline. Let me see. The evolution of the telephone. Now we just
This is a
touch on
quick
it real
look
quick.
at the
Just real quick. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the Garfield phone. See, the difference between the phone that you holding in your hand or got in your pocket or see your daddy use all the time and this phone right here that you seeing on this picture is You can't move this phone from where it's at. That phone sit on the table. When it ring, who? Hello? Who there? And that's it. You put that back down and you walk off from that. Now the phone that's in your pocket comes after this phone. This phone stayed at home. And the only way you can get a call on it is at home. Now, I'm gonna do something fun for y'all. That's the peak of that right there. Alright? That's the peak of that right there. The landline. Alright, y'all know we go into the past. The past, y'all got wireless everything. We got wireless everything now. The landline. Alright. The landline. Alright, so let's get some more fun with this. SNES. Check this out. Y'all see these all the time. But look, here we go. See if y'all like this. Look at this. Yo, I remember this game. Tiny Toons. I got this game right here in this box. Chill, King. I got that game right here in this box. Look at this. Let me go to the big screen. I'm glad they pulled this up because I've been waiting to bring out the Nintendo and play that mug. Look, right here, $16.99, baby. 1994. Look at this. Let's go. Hey. What y'all know about this? Street Fighter. So right now, I ask again. Dan, where the microphone at? Turn your microphone on. It's dead? It's like it's showing red, or it won't even come on. All right, now it's on. It should be on. All right. Now, Dan, in real time, as you see in the screen, turn your volume down on the tablet. All right. Does this look old or new to you?
Old.
Why?
It looks old because the graphics.
Oh, just the graphics?
And
what?
and if you look at the bottom, it says Top Gear 2 1993.
So hold on.
Without what I'm saying is without the thing down at the bottom saying 1993, does it look old or new? In conclusion.
Old.
Final conclusion. Old. All right. Take a shot.
Old.
All right.
Microphone. Keep your microphone. Don't go nowhere. First, mine. Hold on, I'm typing on the wrong thing. Because that's 1993 now, right? First Minecraft release. Check this out.
With Notch announcing Minecraft 2, I decided to play Minecraft 1.0. This was the last version Notch designed, the version that added an end to the game. Upon spawning in the world, I noticed everything was worse. You had to double-click W to sprint, you couldn't drag-click blocks when crafting, you couldn't shift-click armor on, everything was just bad. But actually, everything was pretty good. The game design actually held up pretty well. Mining was fun, nighttime was fun, the nether was fun, and so was the end. Turns out this game was popular for a reason. With Notch.
So, does this look old or new? Dan, we need your breakdown.
Okay, so Minecraft is not really old or new because all it does is improve.
I want you to say that all over again because I love that. That was good. That was good. Go ahead.
Minecraft is not really old or new because all it does is improve.
From the day that it dropped, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me, Eli, you feel like talking? You feel like weighing in on this, Eli? Okay. So Eli not gonna weigh in on this. But I did that on purpose to confuse you, son. I'm not gonna lie, I did that on purpose to confuse you because you said the last one from 1993 was graphics based. That's why it looked old. All right, it looked like it's from the past because it's graphics based, or it looked old because of graphics. When I go over to Minecraft, the graphics look exactly the same, but it's confusing because the game is modernized. It's there to give you that sort of, I don't know. I don't know if it's old. I don't know if it's digital. I don't know what it is. It's there to give you that feeling, but with a modern spin. So let's get another one. I'm going to get one more. All right, here we go. Let's go.
Welcome to Chernarus, survivor. With beautiful valleys and breathtaking views, this was once a popular tourist destination. Now, it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland struck by an unknown epidemic. You are one of the few immune to the virus, but that's where your luck runs out. Washed up along the shore, you must face the harsh and unforgiving open world you now find yourself in, with only one goal: survive as long as possible by any means necessary. With up to 60 other players on the same server, it's only a matter of time before you run into a bandit. Or two. In DayZ, when you die, you die.
I gotta find that clip of me. So,
Permadeath ensures that when you kick the bucket, any item.
Good stop. All right, boom. So now I got two more. This gonna be the last of the series of comparisons. All right. So this one right here. Does this look a different question now? Does this look like it's from the past or from right now? This game.
You talking to me?
Yes. From the past
Just
or right now?
just like Minecraft. No. I don't think it's from the past.
Okay.
I don't think it's new either.
Ah, okay. You want to weigh in on this, Eli? Okay. This one is actually new. It's a modern game. It's actually a modern game right here. As we speak. Now, here we go. Let me give you a nice little comparison for that. Let's see. This one look good.
There are quesadillas, and then there's Zaxby's giant chicken finger quesadillas,
Hey, look
packed
at
with
my
their
video
famous
down
chicken
here in the
fingers,
break,
cheese.
Alright, check this one out. Oh, this ain't gameplay though. That's real life. Hold on. This ain't game. That wasn't gameplay. They ain't got no Resident Evil 2 PS2. Alright, let's go. I kinda gave it away, but still. Check this out. Watch a couple seconds of this. See what Leon run into. Leon ain't getting no action. Oh, there you go. Oh, got him. Oh, you missed, Leo. Oh. All right. Dan, last one. The past or right now?
The past.
Why?
Because it it looks like is the graphics are kind of bad and is you can only play it on PS2.
Right. You say the past. You say it look like you can play it on PS2, right?
Yes.
Hey, I see you, Motion Man J. Yeah. Okay. So you correct. This old game. This old game. Now, I don't know how it just registers within us the stuff that is like from the past. Like when I see those Nokia phones, no matter if you bring that Nokia phone back right now, I'ma still be like, yo, this gives me that old sort of feel, you know. And I don't mean old like as in it's been here for 100 years. I just mean like it's not up to date on how we doing things right now. That makes more sense. Now let's get another one on here. The first electric car. Yeah, I see it. What? Oh, it was a little mini car? Okay, let's see.
This is the most luxurious electric car today. And this is the most luxurious electric car from 1909.
What? I'm gonna wait for y'all to see it. Show them Tekken. See if he think it's old or new. Yeah. He'll know. It just depends on what Tekken I pick. Did y'all see it? Wait, I'm gonna wait for y'all to see it. You heard it, right? What? 1909.
That's right.
This electric car right here is 114 years old, and I'm told it still works perfectly. Electric cars like this one have been with us since the dawn of the automobile. Why did it take 100 years for electric cars to get good? We're gonna look at what a century of technological advancement looks like. No, yeah, this guy's here.
Welcome to Donut.
Let's talk about what this ancient EV is and why it even exists.
Okay, just a couple more seconds of this in
The 1909 Baker Electric, designed and built by the Baker Motor Vehicle Company in Cleveland, Ohio. Like many cars from that era, it looks like a horse-drawn carriage, and that's because the guy who designed it, Walter C. Baker, got his start manufacturing axles for horse-drawn vehicles. So this design is just writing what you know.
Check these fenders out, Joe. They're leather.
Yeah, what's up with that? Whoa, look at the tapestry.
Look at that.
Wow. It really does look
How you
like a
drive?
horse-drawn carriage, huh?
It's classified
Horseless carriage.
Looks
That's
like a
cool.
phone booth
Can you
on
imagine
wheels.
times when you would have to say that?
Yeah.
This car is not pulled by horses.
Hey, I like your
Tell us about
avatar
this thing,
down
Jay.
there.
When you look at the
Motion Man.
technology in this thing, it looks
Feel free
really
to change it up.
old-fashioned. We just had electric lights in the vehicle, and people did not have electric lights in their house.
Yeah.
Right. So hold on, look, let me see. Top speed is 25 miles an hour. I want to see the inside real quick. See how they drove that mug. Hold on, commercial. Right.
What if you can create your own website?
Have fun
by
on
saying,
land.
This is what I want. With Wix, you can.
All right, we can only see a couple more seconds of this. All right. 2,700. Okay, that 1909. The average salary is $750 a year. A year. $2,700. 82,000 a day.
Cars didn't try to injure you every time you start them. You simply turn them on by, well, how do you turn this thing on? Is there a
If
key?
you got a key, you turn the key, yeah.
Lovely.
You have a key and you have a big metal plug that's a circuit breaker. You put that in, that
juices it all up.
Word.
That thing just pulled away and I didn't even notice. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Of course it's silent. It's an electric car, but you just don't expect that from the era.
Wow. There it goes. Dude, it looks really cool.
Bro, they was doing all kind of
I love
stuff
that. It's gonna be
before
very
we
fun
ever
with all
even
three
thought
of us
about
in
it.
I know.
All right, that's enough of that. Now, Dan, what did you think the first electric car was? Hold on, let me put you on. Talking to your mic.
The Mini, I forget what it's called, but it was like one of them cars Barry has.
Oh, like a little Cooper or something like that. Like, like just like a small one of them small cars.
Mm-hmm.
But you wasn't guessing 1909, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's see this. The first television. Let's get some more of this.
A 14-year-old Idaho farm boy.
Let's go.
His name.
Oh, we can't watch the History Channel. They gon' cut me right off. Boy, they'll cut me off so fast. All right, hold on. Here we go. We can watch this though.
Wait, did you ever wonder how all this happened? How you can turn that knob and enjoy a dramatic show, laugh at a comedian, watch the ball game, or hear and see news from anywhere in the world? Well, it's quite a story, the story of television.
At the beginning, there were all kinds of different names for what we now call television. Some people called it radio vision, or the telephonoscope, or audio vision, or hear listening. The name that finally stuck, of course, was television, although not everyone liked that. The editor of the Manchester Guardian in England said, television, the word is half Greek and half Latin. No good will come of it.
What is the origin of that no-good technology that sits in our living rooms? The smooth electronic picture you're watching right now. Was it invented by an Idaho farm boy, a Russian immigrant, or a Scottish inventor named John Logie Baird?
This is a 1930 Baird televisor. This was the first mass-produced television for the British television market. Essentially the first commercially available television for the average person to afford. You could buy this unit with a cabinet on it with a nice bronze plaque on the front for about 25 pounds.
Baird's televisor, invented in 1929, looked radically different from the electronic tubes of modern television. Instead, his was a mechanical system made up of rapidly spinning, rotating parts. In Baird's mechanical television, light from a subject hit a spinning disc, breaking it into pieces. Each piece of light hit a photoelectric cell, which converted the light into electricity. A bright piece generated a lot of electricity. A dark piece, a little. The changing electricity was sent to a receiver, causing a neon bulb to rapidly flicker bright or dark for each bit of the picture.
This blow my mind every time I see how something works. Because when you sit and you look at it, well, let's put it like this. When we looking at our screen right now, we just using it. We're not really saying to ourselves, oh, well, you know, it's working like this, it's working like that. But then when you go and you be like, all right, how does it work? And you watch how it works. It's like, well, damn. Yes, go ahead. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me unmute you. Go ahead.
Okay. So that's really not old because that's being improved on right now. Cause it's what's it called there? The thing where you put where it puts the image. I forget what it's called.
For real quick. Oh, a projector. Yeah, but at the same time, all of these things are working off that same projection type technology. Like, all right, my computer right now is generating some sort of electrical signal that I plug the USB-C cord and HDMI into and plug it into the screen, and it all projects into the wire and out the screen. You see what I'm saying? So, but I think we can recreate this experiment. Let's see if we can recreate this science experiment. Hold on. At home experiment. At home. I didn't type that. TV experiment. There we go. Let's see. Take a picture using a cardboard box. Here we go. Look, check this out. To make a light box, you need an old box, some scissors, a scalpel, tape, ruler, and a marker. Tracing paper, baking paper works as well. Paper for the background. Cut it as so. That ain't what we trying to make though, y'all. We want to take a picture using a box, like, so how to make a simple light box for food photo. They not understanding. YouTube not understanding what I'm asking. They think I'm asking for a light box. Let's see this real quick, because I'm running out of time. I just want y'all to see how this works. How photography works. I just want y'all to see it. It's good to know this stuff. Alright, Creative Commons. I want one that's short too. Alright, well, I'll go back here. There we go. That's my man's. He gonna make every one of them shots too. Yes, sir. Let's go.
I wonder why the photographs look so different to the others. They're in black and white and really faded.
That's an interesting question.
Wow! You're from the photograph. Who are you?
I'm an optical engineer. These photographs are unlike the others because they were captured using older cameras.
Really? Why are they different?
Well, let's go on a journey back to the 18th century. This is the camera obscura. It's where the word camera came from. It means dark chamber. Let's take a look inside.
It sure is very dark in here.
There you go.
Well, that's because the camera is a light-proof box built to capture light.
Wow, what's that?
That is a daguerreotype camera, developed from the camera obscura. It captures images on a silver-coated copper plate. It was developed in 1839.
Yep.
However, this
is
the first photographic film camera, and it was invented by Kodak. It uses film strips containing light-sensitive silver halide crystals to capture images and was first introduced in 1888.
Yes.
How does a camera work, though?
Well, a camera works the same way as your eyes, Alex. The diaphragm of the camera is like the iris of your eye, and it determines the amount of light entering the camera. Behind that, there are lenses. Light bends when it travels at different speed through different mediums, such as from air to glass. The light is then focused to a central point. When you click on the shutter button, the movable mirror flips upward in the camera. The light stops when it reaches the film in the camera or the retina in your eye. Each forms an inverted image.
Then why is the image upright when we see it in the camera?
And that's it. All it does, so in this whole process, now the next part of the process is he gonna explain why it's right side up in the camera, why it's right side up in your brain, as in when you see things, the light goes into your eye and it forms an image, but it's upside down and your brain corrects it, so on and so forth. But the part that I want y'all to see,
And that's so important to me is because we have, you see that modern camera he's holding? Now, we got phones that do this same thing, but it's built off of that same technology, that same bit of know-how. And that know-how is if you take a certain type of material, let's say a certain type of paper, you put it in a box where no light can touch it, or an enclosure where no light at all can touch it. And you create an opening to whereas you can control how much light goes into it. That was that little opening y'all saw. And you open it for an instant and close it. And that, by doing that, it lets that amount of light in, or that image in. Let's just call the light that it lets in the actual image. It lets that image in, and that image hits that paper that is a special sort of paper, captures the light. We call it film. Captures that picture, that image. You take it to the room in the back. You let it sit in a certain liquid or whatever. It turns into the photo that we know nowadays. Now that goes to, for the Kodak camera, that print, you take it and it prints out the picture. That goes for your digital camera nowadays, except you take away the paper, and instead of it being the paper that captures that image is captured in the way of an electrical signal, and then that electrical signal is coded and such on and so forth and sent to the computer, the SD card, and you download it and you copy it and share it a zillion times. That simple bit of know-how, just knowing how to capture light in that box, turned into us talking to you on this video right now. Hey, look at that. Now, let's get a straight blast from the past real quick. Blast from the past. I ain't typing nothing. It froze. As y'all can tell, I'm always mindful about my copyright, so I try not to do too much to piss them off. So, alright, or have to pay too many people. But if it get us, the know-how that we need, it's okay. Blast from the past technology. Oh, I got something y'all don't know about. TGIF. Anybody know? Type in the chat if you know what TGIF stand for before I play this.
When we bundle our home and auto, we save. And you just can't put a price on that.
Alright, hold on, wait, before I play this, let me see if they got another one that I can play before we go any further. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, that was the one. Here we go.
Culture collides. Today's episode is going to be a little different because we're going back in time to the 1980s and 90s when Friday nights ruled the world. 80s and 90s.
It's Friday night.
Hey, look.
We're gonna have some fun, show you how it's done.
Let me put it on the big screen. Hey, what's good, Stacy?
ABC Television Network on Friday nights between 1989
all right,
and 2000.
So I know all of these shows, and all of these shows got a modern version except for this one right here in the bottom left-hand corner.
With attempted relaunches from 2003 to 2005, and again from 2018 to 2019.
Hold on. Because I wanted to do something more fun than this. They ain't got enough for me. Look, I know all of them stars. Know all of that. Alright, so we're going to do something better than that. That ain't good enough. What was the past? What was it like in the past? Simple and plain. And then we're going to get up out of here for y'all for the day. Right, thank God it's Friday. Right, exactly. That was it.
It's almost impossible for us to imagine what it might be like for kids not to have a childhood. But believe it or not, for most of human history, there was no such thing. Up until a few hundred years ago, being a kid tended to be brutal. Medicine was minimal and public health was almost non-existent for most of Western history, which means lots of babies never made it out of infancy. And if they did, well, that's when things really started to get hard. You see, from the ancient world until around the 1600s, kids were basically considered to be small adults who needed to learn the ways of the world as fast as possible. In fact, you can see this in lots of medieval art, where kids tend to look like mini adults rather than children. It wasn't so much that medieval parents were extra mean, it's just that people at the time didn't really understand the concept of being a kid. For instance, most people in the Western world at the time believed that newborns were actually evil.
Oh my jeez.
The idea was that a child was born sinful and could only be purified through teaching. That's a lot to put on a baby, if you ask me. But that's what most people believed at the time, and the way they raised their kids reflected that. Instead of spending time playing with friends and scraping their knees, kids tended to scrape up the rest of their body, working hard to help provide for the family, either working in the field or helping with tasks around the house,
see this?
or most often, both. Kids would start helping out the family around age 5 and would level up to more grown-up jobs as they were able. Most youngsters were also expected to go get jobs as soon as they could. A popular job for children as young as 4 in England was a chimney sweep. Since kids were so small, they had an easier time crawling into soot-filled chimneys and sweeping it clean. The fact that it's incredibly hard and unhealthy work never seemed to occur to anyone. But thankfully for us all, that all started to change in the 1600s. For the first time, influential thinkers started to talk about children as innocent, blank slates in need of protection from the brutality of the adult world. People expanded on those ideas and started to understand childhood as a separate stage of life. Children were finally being left to develop more naturally rather than being thrust into the adult world as early as possible. Now, just because people started to think about the concept of childhood definitely doesn't mean things changed overnight. In fact, with the onset of the Industrial Revolution in the early 1800s, kids all across Europe and the US were back to work. You see, with paid factory jobs popping up all over the place, children suddenly became a key source of income for poor families. For the first
Do you get paid for feeding bite? Yes, I do.
time, children en masse could get a job and bring home a paycheck, and most families needed the money.
Right.
Suddenly, children as young as 9 or 10 could be found in factories across the industrial...
As young as what?
Children as young as 9 or 10 could be found in factories across the industrialized world. By the end of the 1800s, countries eventually put an end to kids working in such dangerous places. Childhood education became mandatory in most countries, and children were finally seen as people who need to be taken care of until they reach adulthood. So, next time your parents ask you to do a few chores on the weekend when you're just trying to play your video game, just be glad you don't have to go get a grueling job.
Just be glad you ain't got to clean the chimney. Sweep that damn chimney, boy. Little people, get up there. Clean that chimney. All right, this has been another episode of Expansion Pack. That right there is, to me, as close as you can get to feeling or knowing what came before right now. Now, right now, if you ask me, it's very comfortable, and I love it. I love it here and now. I don't know how you feel about it, but I love it here and now. So I'm not going to complain too much about it. I'm going to just do my part to make it so it stays this way, all right? So this has been another episode of Expansion Pack. As usual, I'm your host, Dan F. Man. We got my peoples back here. My son's back here. Say what's up. He went to sleep. He didn't work too hard then. It's okay. All right, well, we're going to catch y'all tomorrow. Why? Your tongue is unique. I got to watch that later on. All right, y'all, we're going to catch y'all tomorrow. Find Your Way Wednesday. Y'all can find us here. I'm about to be playing Minecraft, so don't even worry about it. I said Find Your Way Wednesday. Oh, he said thank God it's Friday. That's what TGIF stand for. All right, y'all. Peace. This is DGTA TV. Y'all check me out playing the game later on. And I'm out. So, let's get some more. Let's get a couple shorts in here real quick.
People always talk about being a better listener, and their advice is usually very weak. I mean, it doesn't ineffective because, okay, I've become a better listener. Yeah, I'll try that, but it's very hard to overcome certain patterns. So I try to tackle the question of why is it that you're not a good listener? And at the root of that is You're more interested in yourself than you are in the other person. You won't deny that. You will say, oh, no, 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 that's not me. That's not me. I really like people. But the truth is, you're more interested in your own thoughts and your own ideas, things that you're so certain about, your own experiences, than about that other person and what they're saying and what's going on inside them. If you can flip that around, if you can actually feel the motivation to get inside Lewis and get inside his head and his experience, then you will suddenly become a better listener. That's the key, not just telling people to listen more.
Right, right. Okay, so let me take this topic just a little bit deeper than saying, all right, effective listening or listening carefully, and figure out what it's supposed to do for your mental. So I just had on the episode maybe like 2 days ago, they were talking about problems and exchanging the problem with somebody else. Like, all right, you write down your problems, I'm gonna write down my problems, and we'll change out the paper. And when you look at it, you'd be like, your problems ain't that bad, and you'd be like, man, or whatever on those problems. Well, listening is kind of the same thing. And when you listen to somebody that's close to you, especially, and you hear some of the things that they might have been through, going through in a day, you feel like you were there with them. You get a sense of what they were feeling too. And that right there is motivating to the other person. It's like a synergizing effect. It's just bouncing back and forth. So that is the purpose of it. But it's hard to get outside of yourself. So let's see how you can, instead of listening to other people, let's see something that we can listen to ourselves. Hold on, son. Give me a second. Yes, you can. That was 1 second. Okay. Let me find this on my phone. I got something for us to listen to. All right, here we go. Y'all check this out with me. All right. I promise you'll like it. Huh?
Now get 20.
Y'all don't do nothing right now. Don't stream nothing right now. All right, here we go. Y'all check this out. This will be pretty good. Just listen up.